everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. Guess what? We got our hands on some pre-release kits for Ixalan. We're going to open them up. I hope you guys all enjoyed your pre-release weekend. I am playing on Saturday, so hopefully that goes well for me. Or it went well for me, depending on when you're seeing this, I guess. Hopefully it did. If not, hopefully I ripped some good cards at least. But it's all about fun. Right? As long as I had fun and as long as you guys had fun, that's what matters. So these kits open up this way. We got a white die, kind of speckled beige and what have you. As is tradition, I like to open things up in the other order here. Nothing extra in here. So they didn't include anything extra. Kind of copping out a little bit. The Ether Revolt and those ones had like the little treasure chest that you could pull out, or like the cartouche, I guess you would call it, that had like the extra stuff that you could just use for storage, basically. The divider is really cool art. I like that. Doesn't feel like it's made out of the best material, but such is the way of things. Promo card last, right? Promo card always lasts. You never know what it's going to be. I haven't looked at any of these cards online at all, really. So, and I didn't really watch any of the MTG Arena stuff, so I don't really know what I'm looking at here. A 1-2 for 1 doesn't seem terrible. And gains Death Touch for 1 black. That seems pretty good. 2-2 for 2 bear with fire breathing, but not the best fire breathing because it costs 2 mana. A 1-3 flyer for 2. Okay. Shorekeeper 0-3 for 1. That doesn't have defender. Interesting. Okay. Hierophant's Chalice, 3 mana artifact. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Add a colorless mana. Costly Plunder. Additional cost for Costly Plunder, sacrifice an artifact, draw 2 cards. That seems very good, actually. Especially with the amount of artifacts that are kicking around right now in Standard. Fire Cannon Blast. 3 mana sorcery speed, deal 3 damage. If you attacked with a creature this turn, it deals 6 instead. Seems okay. Second main phase sorcery to blow up a thing, I guess. Or, I guess... yeah, it is target creature. Yeah. Dire Fleet Interloper. 2-2 with Menace for 4. When it enters the battlefield, explore. That seems pretty alright. The Explore ability seems interesting to me. A 1 mana 1-1 with First Strike. Seems okay. Pay 8. Tap it. Sacrifice this guy. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Okay, we're on the uncommons now. Lookout's Dispersal. 3 mana, Lookout's Dispersal costs 1 less to cast if you control a pirate. Counter target spell unless the controller pays. So it's a better mana leak if you control a pirate. If you don't control a pirate, it's a mana leak that costs 1 more to play, but costs them 1 more to stop. Okay. Grim Captain's Call. Another sorcery. 3 mana. Return a pirate card from your graveyard to your hand, then do the same for Vampire, Dinosaur, and Merfolk. Interesting. Dark Nourishment. This card seems very good. 3 damage to target creature or player, you gain 3 life. It's a dome you for 3 and I gain 3. 6-point life swing. Seems pretty alright. And our rare? Our rare is a Deep Root Champion, which is a 1-1 for 2. But whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1-1 counter on him. Seems alright. We got, a foil. Foil in the first pack. Merfolk Branch Walker. We got a Plains, and we got one of the lifelink vampire tokens. So this guy is an uncommon. 2-1 for 2. When Merfolk Branch Walker enters the battlefield, explores. That's it. Okay. So not too shabby. The green rare seems okay. Although green is not really a common color for Merfolk, I don't believe. I'm not going to go through all the commons anymore. I was just going to doing that for the first pack because I was interested in seeing the cards. I will go through the uncommons, though. Pillar of Origins, 2 mana in Artifact. As Pillar of Origins enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast a creature of the same chosen type. Seems interesting. Sky Terror, Dinosaur, 2/2 flying with Menace for 2. Boros colors, of course. This guy right here, 5 mana, 5/5 with Trample and Haste. Seems good. Seems good. And our rare here is a Human Pirate, 1 mana, 1/1. Pay 2, tap, exile 2 target cards from an opponent's graveyard, and it explores. Seems not bad. So Explore, just so that I'm clear on what the ability does, and I'll also review it for you guys, I guess. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a 1/1 counter on this creature, then put that card back, or put it in your graveyard. So it's basically like a scry that allows you to loot the land into your hand, which is great. And if it isn't a land, you get a 1/1 counter on this guy, and you can choose to put it back or put it on the bottom. So if you don't want to draw it, you can basically get rid of it. It's kind of interesting. And, ooh, a treasure token. Some nice jade there. All new tokens for me to collect. I'm sure Salmon is all frothing at the mouth about the tokens. I know he likes to collect all of them. Let's see what we got here. Imperial Lancer. 1/1 for 1 again. Has double strike as long as you control a dinosaur. Okay. Snapping Sailback. 4/4 for 5. And it's a flash. And it has Enrage. Enrage is whenever it is dealt damage, you put a 1/1 counter on it. So these cards are kind of cool. The Enrage seems interesting because you can like find ways to like kind of like poke your dude for damage, or like say you play this 4/4 and then you play something like a fight card, right? A fight card that lets you attack. You fight this guy with something else and it kills their thing. They're 3/3, and your guy becomes a 5/5. Now he's only a 5/2 for the turn, obviously because he's taking 3 damage, but still he becomes a 5/5 after the fact, which is kind of cool. Raging Swordtooth, 5/5 for 5 again, trample, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each other creature. It seems interesting. And our rare here is an Entracing Melody, or Entrancing Melody. Entracing. So pay 2 and X, gain control of target creature with converted mana cost X. Seems alright. Seems not bad. And ooh, a plant token, a new plant token. Cool. Neat. I'm always excited about new sets when they come out, because I like looking at the new cards and seeing what's going on. Deep Root Waters, enchantment for 3 mana. Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk token with hexproof. That doesn't seem too bad, especially for Merfolk. Wanted Scoundrels, a 4/3 for 2. When it dies, target opponent creates 2 colorless treasure artifact tokens with tap it, make any mana. Wow. So you get a 4/3 on turn 2, but if it dies, your opponent gets 2 things that he can use for mana, which lets him ramp, ideally, right? Deathless Ancient, 6 mana 4/4, flying, tap 3 untapped vampires you control, return it from the graveyard to your hand. Okay. That seems very good for vampire decks, especially token vampire decks. And we got another black captain rare. Or not captain, but like a pirate, I should say. He is a captain. Fathom Fleet Captain. He's a 2/1 for 2 with Menace. And when he attacks, you can, if you control another non-token pirate, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 2/2 black creature token with Menace. Oh. Oh, we got one of the checklist cards instead of a land. Interesting. So they put the checklist card in the land slot. And we got one of the 1/1 Merfolk tokens with hexproof. Cool. Neat. It's interesting that they put the checklist in the land slot. Has that always been the case? Did they do that for all of the sets that have checklists? I have no idea. Unfortunately, our promo card isn't a flip card, right? Because you'd be able to tell immediately. That'll be the fun one, right? When I open up a kit with a promo foil in it. Makeshift Munitions. 2 mana enchantment for red. Pay 1, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Makeshift Munitions deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Vine Shaper Mystic, 1/3 for 3. Whenever Vine Shaper Mystic enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target merfolks that you control. That seems not bad. Again, green, not really, I don't think a popular color for Merfolk, but I don't play Modern, so I don't know. Air Elemental, a 4/4 flyer for 5 seems fine. Hey, we got a Glacial Fortress. One of the, these are the Buddy Lands. They brought back the Buddy Lands. I believe that's what these used to be called. And what that means is it comes into play tapped unless you control a plains or an island. The interesting thing about these is that it doesn't state that it has to be a basic plains or island. So like Shocklands, things like that count, which is kind of cool. So the Buddy Lands are definitely very interesting from that perspective. They're very good for standard, for sure. Just because they come into play untapped most of the time. Especially if they're on color for you. Inspiring Cleric. 3/2 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Bonded Horncrest. Bonded Horncrest can't attack or block alone, and it's a 5/5 for 4. Seems alright. Ixalan's Binding. 4 mana. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Ixalan Binding leaves play. Your opponent can't cast spells with the same name. Wow, that's mean. Ooh, we got a foil island. Wait a minute. Why is the foil... Wait, what? Oh, we got a flip card. We got a flip card, everybody. So Foil Island, sweet. I always like my foil lands. That's pretty awesome. And we got the Search for Azcanta. So it's a 2-mana legendary enchantment. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. Then, if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform Search for Azcanta. And it flips into Azcanta the Sunken Ruin, which is a legendary land that adds a blue to your mana pool, or you can pay a blue and 2, tap it, and look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Interesting. That's a cool little rare. And, of course, we got another treasure and another checklist. Neat. And our thing? Wow. Death Gorge Scavengers. Or Scavenger. A 3/2 for 3. When Death Gorge Scavenger enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile target card from a graveyard. If a creature card is exiled this way, you gain 2 life. If a non-creature card is exiled this way, Death Gorge Scavenger gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Interesting. I feel like we're probably playing... Probably green, blue, black would be my guess. Go that route. Just from the rares we opened? I don't know. It'd be tough to say. This card seems very good. This card and this card both seem very good. This card seems fine if you're playing Merfolk, but not great. This card seems very good for like the red-green Dino deck. This card is good for green. Very good for red. Obviously we're not playing red. Pillar of Origins is just good for fixing. Dark Nourishment is good. I don't know. It'd be tough to say. I mean, obviously we'd have to look at all the commons and everything, but I don't know. Maybe you don't play the blue just because the search isn't enough to go into blue, and Entrancing Melody doesn't necessarily seem like... I mean, Entrancing Melody is a pretty big bomb in Limited, because whatever card they play that's huge, as long as you have enough mana to take it, you can just take it, and you gain it, and it's yours now. So, and people are never expecting to have to deal with their own creature in Limited. At least not most of the time. So that seems like an interesting idea. And then, of course, you got 2 green rares, 2 blue rares, 2 black rares, and then you got a fixing for blue-white, but we're not really looking at blue-white, I don't think. Anyway, that was my first look at Ixalan. I'm super, super excited to play with this set. I can't wait to play with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, Mr. Bevers. As always, may your pulls ever be better.